Good afternoon, y'all. This is Jeremiah Best with New York Agriculture in the Classroom, and I wanted to share with you a quick mini lesson for our Maple Experience professional development that you will be joining with us next week. So I wanted to take a quick look at developing your hydrometer. So you should have received the kit in the mail, and part of the kit you will notice that you have a straw. So the straw is going to be our hydrometer body. And when we use a hydrometer, we'll see that next week. A hydrometer has different marks, different measurement marks on the hydrometer. We use a brick scale, which is just a way to measure percentage of sugar and sap, as well as syrup. So in our lesson, we're going to be developing a hydrometer. Your students are going to be developing a hydrometer. So you'll have a bundle of straws. I prefer a fine tip permanent marker. You do not want to use a dry erase or any other marker. Make sure it's permanent. But we're going to have to take, we're going to be measuring every 2 millimeters on our straw. So to do that, this fine tip works much better. Sometimes your students might need to scribble a little bit because the plastic can sometimes be a little bit of struggle to get that marker started. So I get a little scribble going on. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take your straw. This is a great opportunity to have your students start to think about that standard measurement compared to the metrics. We use that quite often in my classroom. We like to switch back and forth so that visually they can start comparing and saying, hey, if I got a millimeter and I got an inch, I can start picturing those differences in my mind. So the first thing we want to do is take our straw, and we are going to measure off every 2 millimeters. Now, once we get to the centimeter mark, or every 10 millimeters, we're going to make a larger mark. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and measure it out. And I found that if we use 10 centimeters or 100 millimeters, it works the best. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out my every centimeter, 7, going backwards, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you'll see I have a gradient now. This straw is marked out every 10 millimeters or every centimeter. And then I need to go back in and I need to measure every 2 millimeters till I get to my large mark. So now this is where it can get a little tricky. It doesn't have to be absolutely spot on perfect. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's a great chance to skip count when we're talking about younger grades. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we can see that I'm starting to develop a scale with my straw. Let me move the ruler. And we can see here's the beginning of my hydrometer scale. I'm going to continue to mark off in between. And here's an example of my finished scale. And we will be using these in our professional development next week. So we look forward to having you join us. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. But if you go ahead and get the straw marked out, that would be a great benefit as we're working through this lesson. So have a great day and have a great weekend in between. And we look forward to sitting down with you next week. Bye now.